Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. My name is Lori. We're going to continue work on this burlap and lace. It is the Stamperia old lace paper pack is what I'm working with. So this, like I did yesterday in the video, I glued basically in a plus sign here in the middle for this dolly to be the center page for tucks. So I've since done a little bit of work on it and seeing about, what I needed to do to keep my envelopes in the tuck spots. So if you'll watch, when you hold it up, see it folds out like that. So this is a little flappy. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to come to about right here where it creases in, and I'm going to glue the rest of that so it'll hold the envelope in a little better, is what I'm thinking. So I'm just going to run a bead of Fabri-Tac right here and try my best to glue that piece, just because I want that to be a little sturdier to hold that envelope to be, a good proper tuck spot. So then when, because when you pick your book up, your whatever you tuck in there is going to fall out. So I just want that a little bit sturdier there. I'm going to head out to the edge here with it. So then that's a little more of a proper pocket type situation there. Now on the top part, you didn't really have anything hindering that up. It stayed in the top pretty much, the way I wanted it, which I'm going to put a white envelope up at the top. But yeah, see, it'll stay in there. So, but that bottom piece, we need to do a little re-glue on that, the little touch-up glue, to make sure that pocket was going to be a little sturdier. So now let's see if we can get that in there. Well, now I probably can't get the envelope in there. The envelope. It's going to be a tight fit. But it won't be falling out the bottom. It will not fall out the bottom now. Alright, so let's try to do the same thing over here the best that we can. Just kind of come straight out and go around and glue some in here. And that's all I'm trying to do, is get that where it's going to be a little more sturdier of a tuck spot, basically. Because even though that's glued down fairly tight, it is a dolly, and I'm assuming it will flex and bend, like normal fabric. Probably a little more because it's got, it's holey. So that's what I said. It's a little trial and error, So I was just sitting here putting envelopes in and out of different sizes or what have you to see, is that going to hold if I pick the book up and start carrying it around? Is that going to fall out the bottom of it? Whatever. So yeah, it was going to fall out the bottom. So well, let me go back and re-glue that just a little bit better there to make a little better pocket situation. So that's what we're doing. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to put it off to the side and let it dry before I mess with it too much. Then I got some more pieces over here that I needed to be worked on. So these here are just, what I was going to put in the front cover envelopes, the little party invitations that I got from Hobby Lobby on special or on sale. So I'm going to put that down there just to cover up that invitation bit. And that's going to be in the front part. Hope everybody's doing good today. I'm still filming this over my actual weekend, so for me, it is still Saturday. For y'all, this will be Wednesday's video. Sure would. So Saturday, I've done quite a bit of work trying to get some videos ahead. Like I said, my nighttime filming routine that I was doing is going to put me being up till, you know, 3, 4, maybe 5 o'clock every night. I shoot an hour-long video working on it, and don't really edit that much, again, because my video hangs upside down, so I got to flip you around so you can watch the video straight, and it'll do that. And then I'll take and upload it, and it'll process to upload, then it'll upload, and then it'll process after that. So I don't understand, but you know, it's an hour-long video. It's a good, you know, not editing at all. You know, it's a good 3 hours to get an hour-long video processed and upload and reprocessed on YouTube. So that's running into a bit of work, especially if I'm working 40+ hours in the next couple weeks. So it's going to be a little rough on the old body. And then if something goes awry, you know, where like you click to upload your video and then it just sits there and sits there and sits there, and then you have to sign out of YouTube, sign back into YouTube, go back through, reload the video, reprocess the video, then reload the video and let it process again. And then it gets to the 99% and sits there for an hour. That's what happened with my last video. I was like, really, are you kidding me? I've been sitting here for almost an hour. And it just kept on and on and on, just processing at 99%. And if you click off of it, you got to restart the whole process. So when it does that, I just leave it alone. Let it do its thing. It'll figure it out. And at that point in time, it was probably a little busy on YouTube. It was, you know, kind of like peak watch hours, I'm assuming. So we're just going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on this here because this is a slickier material. It's kind of got a gloss on it. I know my wet glue and that will grab, but I want it to be grabbed and done. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to sit and wait for glue allowance or whatever have you. So let's do this here. Alrighty. I also know that my white glue may ripple this, what did I do with my glue spreader? I hid it from myself. That white glue might ripple up this craft paper a little bit. I don't know if it would, but I'm not taking no chances, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna get it done. Pretty much is what I'm doing, getting it done. Y'all, I'm enjoying working on this one here. I've got, like I said, I got a few, another whole kit of this old world lace, and so see, then you'll fold it up like that. And I may put some closures on it now that it's been opened and it's got that other paper in there. I probably will have to put a closure on that. So we're gonna set that off to the side. And we're just gonna go right on ahead, and I done cut these and put them down. Like I said, I found these at the Hobby Lobby in their party section when they were, I guess, moving out the old inventory, putting in the new inventory. I found it at the end of party season last year, so probably around November, September, November. This was supposed to be like in their his and hers section, like the wedding section type place. They go through every so often, and they'll have a bunch of invitations and envelopes and stuff like that for like a, I don't know, like a $1, $1.50, you know, depending on how ornate it is or what you have. So I got this because it had the lace on it, and I knew it would go with this this paper. At the time, I didn't know I'd be making a journal out of it, and I was like, well, you know, that would be pretty to make a pocket or a fold out where you can put a picture in. That was my thinking back then. And you can still do the same with it right now. You sure could put a picture in that. Be probably what? Let's see, what would it be? That's a 6. Yeah, a little 4.5 by 6, sure enough. That's for the matte part, and if you didn't want to go by the matte part, the actual piece of this is right at 7, a little bit below 5. So, yeah, I think that'd be cute. And these will probably be my ephemera folders. So whatever bits and bobs we don't use, I'll put in it, tuck it in the back, in the front, and those pockets. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do with them. Alright, and so this was the front page of the paper pad. So I'm going to cover this piece up here, and we're going to use it because it's got a pretty print on the back. So now normally if you're doing this and you're scrapbooking, you know, you would have another paper. You have your prettied up page here, flip it out. You'd have another pretty page here. I'm sorry, I got the somewhat trying to get the hiccups again. I must be growing way out. I'm not growing up, I tell you that. I'm growing wide. So I'm just going to run a bead here. And this burlap lace here I got from, I want to say Dollar Tree. I know Dollar Tree. I don't want to say it. I am going to say it. I know it came from the Dollar Tree because that's my favorite. Every time I go there, I get it. And then they had a bunch of like that cream. Where is it? I had it here a minute ago. It kind of looks like this kind of lace with that this kind here. And I had some. I don't know what I did with it. I had a family member help me wrap it around my yarn spools and such like these things. And I made some of my own because I had some real thick cardstock and cardboard pieces from scrap pads and such. So I said, well, shoot, I can make that. So I just drew the pattern out and sat down and cut me out a bunch. That's what I did. Spending no money on the Amazon, pay somebody else's pockets and me fix it and do it myself. Alright. I'm just going to run a little closer bead right here up on the edge of this just to make sure it's good and on there. Now this is the paper. We don't want to, let me get a paper towel. So I don't want to mess up and use my wet wipe on my paper. Okay, where'd my spatula go? Come here. So yeah, I'm still working through on my weekend and hanging in there. Having fun though. The wind's been blowing. You can't really get outside and do much here. So, you know, what's the point? Just stay in the house, you know. Might go grocery shopping tomorrow, which would be my Sunday. Y'all's Thursday, but I'd probably go grocery shopping tomorrow for a week. Just come on back to the house and try to do a couple more videos to get ahead. Because, you know, guess what's next weekend? Next Saturday is Moonbeam's birthday party. Yes, it is. So we'll be going to spending our Saturday at that. So that's Meemaw's normal filming day for most of the week. So then Meemaw's got to work on getting ahead for this weekend to enjoy next weekend with the grandbaby. So that's what we're doing this weekend. She'll be 4 on the 24th, so then my daughter and her boyfriend, who is the grandbaby's father, it's not my my daughter's baby. It is from a previous relationship that he was in. But, you know, she is my grandbaby. So, blood or not, she's mine. And that's the way my Memoness rolls. Alright, let's try to get you evened up with that the best we can, buddy. Just run a strip there. Okay. I'm sorry, I get quiet when I'm trying to glue, especially, you know, like lengthwise, or if it's not, you know, a particular length or whatever I need to glue, I'll yet. But when it's a particular length, I'll try to hold it steady and straight as best I can. Alrighty. So now, let's lay you down here. Get you covered up. Oh yeah, that's going to be pretty. So I had that, and I was like, I think that would be pretty just to put them burlap lace strips right there over the words, you know, and use the Stamperia part, because I want to keep that. It's going to be folded in half, you know, anyways. It don't really make a difference. It's the front page of it, so. But, yeah, I wanted to do that. Get that on there. But, yeah, like I said, Dollar Tree and Temu, probably my favorite places to get, you know, pretty lace and ribbons and stuff like that. Fairly cheap. You know, Temu I like because they have different colors, you know. I like the colored lace bits. I like everything to matchy-matchy. That's the scrapbooker in me, you know, everything's got to match color-wise. That's all that is, just to be honest with you. It's the scrapbooker still coming out. You know, everything's got to match. But I think after this journal, I think I'm going to make me up a few little, I'd like to make up some book page and, you know, like base pieces for like tags and such like that. Like I said, you know, I have these card stocks that I used to work at the Wendy's, and my son works there still, and this was the craft paper that was in between the sauce lines, you know, like it was stacked up so the sauces wouldn't collapse. And that's real thin, you know, it's just craft paper is all it is. So I saved me up a bunch of them, cut up some of those, and make, you know, some book page tag bases and pockets and tuck spots. You know, then when we get into a journal, we already got the book page part and the shapes of it cut down. And then all we'll need to do is just add our little bling up, pretty up, you know, decoration bits and bobs to it for whatever kit that we're working with. And I think that would be super duper idea. At least, you know, that part I can do ahead, you know, because, you know, most of the time I know I'm going to want to try to add a little book page or something to it, you know. But the actual decorating bits, you know, that's going to be a little difficult to do ahead, because, like I said, I like to work on something, you know, whatever I'm a crafting on, I like it to match, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to do up pre-decorative bits like that. For me it is, you know. Because like I said, I don't never know what journal or book that I'm going to put it in. So it's a little harder for me to pre-decorate and just have setting, because, you know, like I said, it is a corner in the wall in my bedroom that I've allotted to my craft space, so it is a little harder on the storage wise, just to make up a bunch of pre-made, ready-made ephemera that I'm not intending on using in a project in the very near future. So, but I do have, you know, the book pages, and I got envelopes and such, so we're going to try to get some of that stuff going. And I'm just yakking, you know, about what I'm going to do in the future, what have you, while I'm while you're watching me work on this, pretty much. You know, always gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Yeah, we gotta get that out of the way. Alrighty, so let's stick this down right at the edge of the paper here. Yep. There we go. And I know I cut it long enough because I had it. And this actually had that wire in it as well. So, you know, it was the wired ribbon from the Dollar Tree. So if you see it had that wire in it so it could be shaped to what you have. So I took and cut it and pulled the wire out so I could use it freely. I glue down on my paper. Just trying to make sure that bit's straight across the bottom there, as straight as we can get it. Okay, I think we're looking good on this piece. We're gonna smooth it out. And then I'm gonna set it off over here and leave it alone. Then when it dries, I'll make sure that, you know, right at the edge is glued down, not stuck to my mat or anything else. And then I'll trim the excess off of it. But I want to wait till it's glued. Yeah, see, like it's got that little excess there. I'll cut that bit off. On the bottom I won't, but on the sides I will, just because it looks a little jagged. Yeah, we'll just clean that up. I don't know, is it me or does that look crooked there in the middle? Is that lace not wide in the middle, or I don't know. I'm just gonna lay it down this way and mush it on there. Okay. So there's that piece, and that, like I said, that was the cover part of the paper pad kit from Stamperia. So I said I don't mind that bit on there, I really don't, but you know, I didn't want the writing on there, the measurement size, and Stamperia.com or whatever. I may get flagged for using that logo in it, I don't know. But, you know, shoot, they put it in their paper pad, you know, you can cut these strips up and use it, and you can use the back piece of it, you know. So, whoops, I lost the paper towel, sorry, I got another roll. Got a whole roll over it, leave it alone. See, stuff like that when I'm crafting, if I knock something off, I'll go pick it up. It's just habit, you know what I'm saying? But keep it picked up. So, we're going to put this over here. Let it air out. Now this is the piece, the other piece that was on the back of the paper pad. And this is some of that piece of that older lace that my sister brought me. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So what I've done was I took and see, this is, you know, the back of it, and on the other side it's pretty and printed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the edges here, and I'm just going to put this craft paper down right there on both sides, and I'm going to leave a little bit in the middle, so you know it's not so much to where I have to score it and fold it and sew it into the signature. So that would be basically, if I covered this whole bit, it would be basically like I was adding another piece of paper to the journal, you know. So, and this is a thicker cardstock. So I left this strip here in the middle to help me when I go to sew my signature in. I don't have to score and fold that, and then I don't have to worry about the thickness of it. So then what I was thinking of doing was I was measuring to see if I had enough of this to take and run like this, and I wanted to glue it at the top and the bottom, and I wanted to put a strip in the middle here, so you have a pocket here and a pocket here, and I want to do that on both pages. But what I need to do is I need to look and see, well, either way it folds. if it folds on the outside or to the inside, and I think that would be good for pockets, because you really don't want to come out of pocket from in here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're doing that. Okay, enough talk about that. So that's what I'm going to do here. And before I cut this and get it down, I'm going to glue this down first, and then we'll cut that lace bits and put it down and do it. So basically this is a 12 by 12 piece of craft cardstock, and I'm just using it to cover up this printed piece here on the back, so I can use every bit of this paper pad. Because like I said, usually, you know, this is a scrapbooking paper, so the scrapbooker would take and pretty up the front side of it, the printed side, and this would be their back side, and you just slide that down, and when you put it in a page protector, you would have another paper or another scrapbook page on the other side of it, and that would be covered. You wouldn't worry about it. But you know, we're using this in a journal, so we're going to cover it up, and we're going to make good use of it. Alright, I'm going to slide this to me a little bit so I can make sure that I get it about where I need it. Oh, my fingers don't want to let go of it. Okay, and then I can make sure I got it at the top, at the side, and it's even. It's squared up at the top and bottom. Ooh, I bet you I put my hair in there, didn't I? It's alright. My hair's all over my head, y'all. It's the weekend. Hey, and our wind's blowing. You know, it's wind blown. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do with it. Just trying to get it where it meets top and bottom. If it don't exactly meet, I'll put a little bit of ink around it. You know, like down here you can see just a hair of white. Yeah, see down here on this edge you can see just a hair of white there, so that's alright. I'll ink that a little bit, no problem. So this is actually working out pretty good. Pretty good. Like I said, I had so many ideas, you know. I'm like, oh, we can put lace on this, we can put lace on that, we can do this, we can do that. And then, yeah, we spent an hour yesterday picking out the papers to go for it. So, but this, like I said, is a start to finish process of, you know, how and why and what I'm doing, you know, my brain ways of thinking of how I can do something and prettying it up. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure I get all my pages, any works that I need to do on the cover, on the inside and outside, any bits to go in the cover, get that situated and done, get the pages picked out, get whatever work needs to be done on the pages done, and then I'm going to add the lace to the sides of the papers, and then we're going to sew the signature in, and then we'll start decorating on the tags and pockets and such like that, because like I said, this is, you know, it's a tall journal. It's a big old journal, big old Bertha journal. So we're gonna do a few things a little bit different. A few things different is what we're doing. You know, as normally you would take and you would make up, you would usually have anywhere between 12 to 15 papers in your journal signature, and then you would have anywhere from, like, most of the time I try to do 5 or 6 tuck spots on the front and 5 or 6 on the back of the journal when it's folded. You know, that's a plenty of tuck spots and tag places and such like that. So, you know, and little ephemera decorative bits that you can make and fix in a journal. Much more than that, you know, it might be a little over decorated maybe. But, you know, and then, too, if it's a lot of plain Janie pages, you know, you got to cover them up. Like, if you have plain white pages, you know, you got to figure on what, you know, if you don't want it white, you got to figure on what you're going to do to cover that bit up. Luckily, you know, like I said, a lot of these projects that I'm doing, you know, it's been in the works for, you know, at least 6 months to a year, maybe 2, you know, because some things are a little harder to come by, especially, you know, when we had all that sickness mess going on. Good Lord. That was a mess. You couldn't get nothing, you know. So that's when, I think, to me, that's when a lot of the Etsy shops and such like that really took off, was during that, because, you know, you couldn't get pretty paper. I mean, really, you couldn't, you know. So a lot of designers and crafters took it upon themselves to help us out with the pretty paper and design, you know, beautiful, beautiful kits. And sure did. So I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna put it right here up on the side of that. And I know I've got some little bit extra, but I don't want to waste much of this at all, to be honest with you. So let me squeeze this. There we go. And I'm going to scoot it down. I'm going to pull it and hold it right here and just cut it right where it was laying, if I can, and not cut my fingers. I know some people's like, oh, please don't cut your fingers, lady. You look like you don't know what you're doing. I know I look like I don't know what I'm doing a lot of times. but I promise you, I will try my best not to injure myself and have a hot mess on video. I really will. That's why you won't see me working with a glue gun on video. Oh, it is a mess with me and a glue gun, I tell you what. Because, you know, like, it's a hot glue gun, you know, like these, you can just set it down and it quits running. That thing, no, you can't. If it's gonna glue, it's gonna glue. Well, the one I got anyways does. If it's in the mind it's gonna glue, then it's gonna pour the glue out. I tell you what, it sure is. Alright. I know this is upside down and backwards the way the lace is supposed to go, but I'm just doing this just to cut it, and then I'll flip it over the right way. Does that make sense? I'm just doing this to get the measure on it, and I will flip it back over. Oh, well, that piece is in a crack. Look at that. Oh, and I closed it. Knucklehead. Alright, let's try it again. Retape. Okay, so then we're just going to cut right here. There we go. Did I get glue on this thing? Or is it's just my fingers not wanting to open it? Alright. So then we got this bit we can do something else with. I think that'd be pretty to put on one of these brown envelopes. Just like so. Put it on a brown envelope, take that little bit, use it on a tag with just that little flower. Okay, there's another idea. See what I'm saying? Just stuff just comes as you're working on it, you know? That's why I'm like, I can't just, you know, sit down and decorate pre-made, you know, ephemera bits. I just can't do it. I don't know why I can't do it, but I can't. I gotta be in the middle of working on something, and, you know, then when the spirit hits me, I gotta take off and run with it. That's why a whole lot of times you'll think, Lord, this lady, ADHD, she'll be working on this thing and look off to the side and it's Squirrel City. Here we go. Sometimes it is, and that, like I said, you're getting the true process here. So you wanted to see it, here it is. Alright, so now I need to flip this over. There we go. See, now there's our pretty lace turned around popper. Okie doke. I think that's going to be pretty. So, do I need to run? Yeah, I do need to run beads down the side of it. The top. All the way down the back. Which is going to be sewed in the signature, and you would have a stopper on it. But we just want to make sure that it doesn't slide into the signature and hinder the signature up, pretty much. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, that hurt my wrist, twisting it like that. What did I do that for? Alright, so let's get this where it's in the middle somewhat. See, this thing's hard to read. Here, let me do this over here. Alright, let me get it on the 6 inches here, so I know where the middle's at. I'm going to run us a bead right here back to the back. Put a pretty good size bead there, because I want a top pocket and a bottom pocket. And see how this here is already dried up on me? I'm just going to run another strip right here. Probably tried to run too much of that once. Sure did. That's okay. We'll fix it. Alright. Okay, now flip-flop the lace. Got lost. Alright, so see how you can see, alright, so see this right here, the backing of that lace is over this side. So then you flip it over, that's where the actual yarn is. And that's how you tell which is the front and the back. And look at the yarn, I've done that Fabri-Tac all the way to the edge like a knucklehead. You see that mess? I know somebody was hollering at me. Now you're laughing at me going, I told you, you should have listened, lady. That's okay, look here. We got a wet wipe. We'll get rid of that smudge. Yeah, we'll wet wipe that up. It'll dry, be alright. Look like we put ink on it. Now I'll have to do the same to the other side. So it'll match. Alrighty. Stick down. Yeah, so see, I wanted to strip here because I knew this was going to be a little bulk and that was going to be a little bulk, and I didn't want it, you know, in the signature fold. I didn't want to have to try to, you know, going through all this other papers. I didn't want to have to try to go through another piece of paper and some fabric and lace and all that in that signature bit. I'm going to have to put some Fabri-Tac it right here. Okay. Yes, I love that. I think that's pretty. Alright, and then once this glue bit here dries, I got one of those glue eraser things, little rubber glue erasers. We'll go over that. It'll come right off. Let me see, where's that little bit? Well, I got lace blocking everything over here. This one of these little things, it's a glue eraser. I think I got it. I actually think I got this one from the Dollar Tree, sure enough. But yeah, when that dries, you can go over that and get that glue bit off of there. So I'll leave it out to remind myself to do that. Yep, I think that's good and stuck down. Yes, ma'am. So then we can put some little journal cards in there and stuff like that. Yeah, buddy, I like that. All right, let's get the other side glued down. And get that piece of thread cut off of there. Mr. Tim Holtz, buddy, I love these little scissors. They fit in your hands good, especially with people, you know, because I can't squeeze on the back end, so I got to wrap my finger around here and apply pressure like that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get the bigger pair, but these little handy dandies, I like them. They're sharp, and you use them as book weight as well because they're hefty, but not too hefty to where, you know, it's going to hurt your hand to use them. I like the wide open hole, you know. And then I'm gonna be honest with you, I switch them around and I'll cut with my left hand sometimes too. So, you know, I don't know if they're made both ways or not, but I use them both ways, I tell you that. Alright, so we got that side down. Let's get this side down. And I may call it a video for tonight. Lay myself down, get some rest. Alright, I'm gonna flip this over here. So I know where the 6 inch is in the middle again. And I'm just gonna do to the middle, so I ain't gonna mess that bit up there. Miss some spaces there. See, that string bit gets on my nerves some too, because wherever that stringy bit is, it's gonna glue. So let's wipe that out. Get that off of there, them strings. That gets a little testy, irritating at times. Yeah, because that'll grab that and glue it down. It sure will. Okay. Alright, let's turn this back this way. And if I have to, I got some darker trim lace here. I'll cover that bit up right there if I have to with that. And it gets on my nerves too much. Alright, so like we said, we got the little applique piece. And there is, see where the applique is? And it's on the back, and then you flip it over, and then there's your yarn. And that's how you tell. And some of it is difficult, you know. It is quite difficult sometimes to tell which is the right way up. I think I'm going to like this a lot. Spider webs. That's what I call them. The Fabri-Tac spider webs. Yep. Okay, let's mush this glue bits down here. And this is maybe more than a week's worth of videos putting together, y'all, because I wanted, like I said, this is going to be a true start to finish. You're going to get sick of seeing it, but I'm doing a start to finish on it. Yes, I am. Oh yeah, see, that's going to pull my paper up. That's all right. I'll do like I said. I'll take that bit over there. Let's just get it on there, because that made me mad now. I got to fix that. It irritates me. You irritate me, buddy. Making me mad. Yes, you are. That will make me say some ugly words. Alrighty. Okay, quit messing with it. Just take this bit, put that on there, and cover it up so you ain't gotta look at it. And I used tape because at the point in time when I did this, I didn't have any straight pins. I have since bought me some. So, okay, alrighty. And this has got several pieces on it, so I just took them all and wrapped them together. See? And I kind of think I got this at Dollar Tree, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. Just run that right there to the edge to edge like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this off here where it looks like they burnt it. To keep it from fraying, basically, is what they did that for. little bits everywhere. Alrighty. Alright, and so see how this is here where it's got the sewed bit? You see a little stitch in there with the lines. So, you know, that would be the front part. And yes, I know some of you all know that, but, you know, some of us that are new or were new at this and are learning things, you know, we like to know this stuff. So I'm telling you all how to figure it out. And since I already got that piece cut, I don't want to open up another new piece. I'll just rewrap it. I'll rewrap it later. Yeah, so then that just defines our pockets for us. And that's all we're going to do. Just do a snip bit right here too. Well, if I can pick it up. The fumble finger crafter, yes we are. So then see, I'll just tidy that bit up right back in there. And that's what I'll do with that. Now I got me some straight pins. Let's open it up and stick one of them in there. Take that bit and just run it right down the middle of it. There we go. Maybe it won't unwind on me. At first I was like, I don't want to use straight pins because, you know, I can't feel my fingers if I stick myself, and, you know, there I'd be. Wouldn't knowing it and bleeding all over everything, you know. And that would be my luck, and it sure enough would. Alright, I'm going to straighten this in here up just because it's hanging over a little too much for me. And I know I didn't have to cut a whole bunch off of there, but I just wanted it off of there. Because now that it's irritated me, now we're going to fix it right. And it's going to be fixed. And it ain't going to irritate me no more. And you see me waving every once in a while. It's those, like I said, Fabri-Tac spider webs. Okay, let's move you back to the end. Get you down on there. Are you somewhat in the middle and straight? Yep. Okie doke. Oh, I like that. Good idea, me. Well, see, like I said, there ain't nothing that you can't fix and cover up in paper crafting. And I'll tell you what, because that was to tearing a hole in my paper there, and it was probably too wet for me to fool with, to be honest. But I wanted that bit off of there because it uglied up my page, and I didn't like it. So I should have let it dry completely before I started trying to rubber glue remover on it. Okay. Spider webbits. Okay. Now which piece? Let's see. How can we make it work? All right. See, that looks like it's still running right along, don't it? So let's do that. Yep, I like that. Okay. Then we'll just grab this piece here together. Are you straight and even? Let me look at you. You notice I got to hold my arms way out here to look at stuff. Oh yeah. I'm sorry y'all can't see it, but I'm trying to make sure it's straight and even on here the best that I can. And I think I got a little too much glue on the bottom part over here, but that's okay. You know what? I'm not messing with it with no wet wipe. I'll tell you that right now. That craft paper soaked it right up. Let's see. Get me a paper towel and dab at it. Watch me glue paper towel to it now. And where that is, that'll dry on there clear. I just want to get the excess up pretty much is what I'm trying to do here. Okay, quit fooling with it, woman, because you're going to mess it up. And that's what you're going to do. I'm just going to take my little spatula and just push it down on there. That's all I'm doing right now. Getting it in good contact with that fiber tack, and hoping that it goes through both layers of that lace, that trim. There we go. Oh, that's going to be pretty. Yes, yes, yes. See, can you see it good? I want you to get the detail of the lace. I just love that. So like I said, this piece that's not covered here in the middle, which, you know, it doesn't really have words on it, so it'll be fine. I just wanted the main word pieces covered up is what I was wanting. So then we'll take and score that and fold it and put it in the journal. And that will be our page for that. Alright, so I think all the work that I needed to do on pages, other than, you know, like major cover-up bits, you know, other than just putting some extra lace on or what have you. I think I'm done with that for now. You know, all the major overhaul stuff. The rest of it's just, you know, adding decorative bits here and there and other place, you know, glue and beads and Fabri-Tac, such type things. But yep, that's it. Okie doke. Thank y'all for hanging around and watching me glue paper to paper and lace and such. Greatly appreciate y'all joining and following along with my process and my growth on YouTube, and, you know, just personal growth myself as a crafter, to be honest with you, because like I said, this will be my 4th journal that I've made, you know. And like I said, I love pretty paper. I love paper crafting. I made scrapbooks and scrapbooks and scrapbooks and mini books and folios, which, you know, because you sat down with a paper pad, bust out a paper pad, turn out 4, 5, 6 folios, you know, in an evening time or afternoon. Make up your bases, pick your papers, and cut them, glue them. Make up, you know, just the whole paper pad in 4 or 5 hours. But I'm going to call this a video because, you know, it's been an hour, so I'm going to get this put up. And this is, you know, process start to finish. That's why I labeled it start to finish, because I didn't want nobody complaining about, you know, well, it takes you a week to put stuff together. Well, it does. I mean, it really does. So, alrighty. Y'all have a good afternoon, good night whenever you're watching this. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good night.